Hi and welcome to this video on Dying Light 2. This video is just a spur of the moment-ish video. I really want to play a movement game, and this is the best game in my opinion for movement. It's more combat than Mirror's Edge, but Mirror's Edge type movement. Mirror's Edge has a little bit things in it that make it a little bit more different. This is more cartoony movement, where that is more like physical, more there's a lot of differences, a lot of core gameplay differences that you can just feel out and feel the difference. I personally prefer this because of the combat, because of all sorts of shit. But yesterday I got in a movement itch because I kid you not, I saw a video on a Minecraft mod that enabled parkour like a Mirror's Edge game. Seeing that alone made me have the itch to play a movement game. And my personal favorite ones are Mirror's Edge or this game. This game is my personal favorite one because of the combat on top of that. If I just want to move, I have Mirror's Edge. If I just want to have the combination, because I do like combat and movement, I play this game. Um, with all that said, I am not going to really be talking a whole lot because this isn't really a covering anything on it specifically. I am just making it because I can, because I don't really want to make anything else. With all that said, I will be speaking here and there just to clarify some things and have a cool bit of sense of humor and everything's like that. But with all that said, hope you enjoy. One last thing. I will not be showing off my builds. I will just be swapping to them when needed. I have a video covering my builds because I literally haven't changed anything. I just made it better overall. And if you don't know, this game has a build system which is absolutely crazy that allows you to go one shot galore on shit if you build right. And like this game has build crafting similar to Destiny 1, where it really relies on the roll, where you have to keep grinding to get better rolls of it specifically. D2 is more what you have and how you slot it in, more like Warframe and other games like that, where you have what you have and you slot things on it to make it better in your specific way. But tomato, potato.
What's the problem?
Hey, aren't you the pilgrim they wanted to hang? Man, you were in luck there. I could use some of that luck. I'm Alberto's apprentice. Not for long, probably. It's the third time I'm taking a shot at this test. If I fail again, Craftmaster Alberto's gonna kick me out.
Okay, I am gonna listen to all this because I personally want to listen to it because I'm running through a new game plus, which is why I have all this, or why I'm going through this, and why you see this, because it's in the very beginning, and I just started the new game plus yesterday, which is why I got the movement itch yesterday watching Minecraft video right before I went to bed. So I'm making the video today, and the reason why I'm doubling up on that and other things is because, or doubling up on playing the movement itch and making a video, is because I just want to, and this I think will be just a good video overall because of the movement and just the overall gameplay. But with that, this video I am going, or this gameplay, I'm going to be listening to everything because I actually do like the story. Two, I am also going to be doing the asshole side of things, where I'm more focused on myself and the goal that I think is Ultron. I forget the main character of finding his sister, and that is a spoiler. But I'm going to be focusing on that specifically, and going to be playing more for the bad guys or the militaristic guys. I personally prefer the more freedom aspect because they're open borders in a good way. In don't fuck up, don't be a dick to me because I have a gun and I know how to use it, or a machete and I know how to use it in most of their cases. But it's that if you're a dick to me, if you're going to assault me, I can easily defend me and my own. And that's how they function, that's how they do things, which is why they allow people just run right through the camp sometimes, or most of the time, because they don't really mind it. It's just work together because everyone's literally in the shit together. Because zombies. And zombies is an understatement. These are zombies worse than Resident Evil zombies. Like, in so many different ways. Okay, Resident Evil Zombies has gigantic mutations and all sorts of crazy shit. This has more refined mutations with the zombie virus, where the zombie virus can intentionally make what I like to call nightmares. I think they're actually called volatiles. They're the fuckers that show up at night. Imagine that strength, that momentum, that control with actual real-world animalistic thinking. You are not safe. You are fucked. This is the worst zombie apocalypse there has ever been. Even Resident Evil zombies. There was a movie where the zombies learned to dig and tunnel. That is still not as scary as these motherfuckers, because they will tear down your door, they will be able to climb through your windows and eat you, and literally snatch your people up if they really want to, because sometimes they do that, which is fucking terrifying. These zombies are the worst zombies they ever could be, because the worst part is, sometimes when they are freshly turned, like you can freshly turn a person if you really want to, there's ways to do it in this game, freshly turn a person, they will, if you attack them, say, stop, stop, gargled and as a zombie, but they will react like they're still them, because I think they are, because of Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. Just all of these concepts, all of these things make it where, I'm just going to say when he says,
What's this test about?
Our goats. They're kept in cages because they eat crops. But life in cages makes them sad, and they give less milk. So I came up with the idea of a fence, energized with just a tiny bit of voltage. That would keep the goats under control, but let them produce more milk. I called this invention the electric fence.
and that is what I was talking about. The reason why he says electric fence there is because information is gone. This is an age where technology basically doesn't exist. Firearms basically don't exist, and all sorts of like this is dark age shit where they don't have a lot of information. Even if they look as old as he does, they don't know about electric fences. They don't know about a lot of shit because books and shit are just gone. Sure, people can talk about it, but why talk about things that don't exist anymore? They don't have a lot of running electricity, and the running electricity they have is spotty as shit because of portable generators, different things like that. Until Aldrin shows up. I think it's Aldrin. I forget the main character's name. He shows up and then saves everyone, basically, literally, and gets power on, different things like that. Then a lot more prosperous, which is why this city is just awesome, especially with the Freedom people in charge. This entire city is just going to be New Eden, basically. And I mean that literally because keep in mind, the zombies are fucking terrifying. Genuinely. There's a reason why these people huddle around UV lights, because that is literally the only reason why people are surviving this shit. The only reason.
So, what seems to be the problem with this invention of yours?
I just need some electric parts. I'll dismantle them for resistors and other useful things. I'm missing a few parts, and they're not that easy to get. I'm worried I won't be ready on time. Maybe you could help me. If you find them for me, I'll give you one of my super cool inventions.
Nothing to do with goats, I hope.
Nah, something much more interesting. You'll see. As far as I know, they could be found in two places. One's an old hardware store on Fitzwilliam Place, near the water tower. Alberto says they'll be there for sure. But it's a dark place, full of turned creatures. You have to go there at night.
And the other option?
Whatever's left of military patrols. I know of one place south of
Okay, I'm sorry for pausing this. I want to get this through, but he is so sweaty. His clothing is glistening. Holy fuck. Like, they don't have air conditioning, but damn. Oh, hell yeah.
Looks like you're in luck after all. I have the parts you need on me.
Are you serious? That's just fantastic. Heaven must have sent you.
Here.
Okay, I need to specify this. This is fucking hilarious. That entire voice line was not in the first one because I didn't have those yet because this is literally the first encounter. I did not have builds of different things like that. And the funniest shit is, if anything, I'm sent by hell because they're about to die. When the first playthrough, I actually was, if anything, because they're going to live.
I don't know how to thank you. One more thing. Could you help me set up my show? My installation's right outside the main entrance. Turn it on, please. I'll go get Alberto. Wait till he sees it. Meet me by the goat pen then, near the wall.
Okay, who do I have to talk to specifically here?
Aiden,
Oh, cool.
how's it been, kid? Got a taste for city life yet?
I've been here and there.
You know, the best parties always happen in the center. And that's where we're going. I have a plan for how to get there. I'll tell you everything on the spot. Meet me on the roof, near the main metro station.
We'll give you to the butcher goat. No
I need to turn up my sensitivity. I don't know why it's so low. Be in control, sensitivity, turn that up a little bit more. Ooh, that. I'm gonna fiddle with that. Actually, that's a little touch too fast. That's more controllable. Okay, where is Goat Boy? There's Goat Boy. Goat? No. Oh wait, that is Goat. Goat. That was a noise?
Everything all right?
No, it's grilled. The goat is grilled. I'm such an idiot.
What happened?
I must have overcalculated the voltage.
See? He's useless.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I could get it so wrong.
I told you it would be a waste of time.
Why? I don't think so. This is very... It has big, huge
You're saying it has potential.
potential. Yes. It could be an effective weapon.
I'm sorry, I just realized who's the voice actor for this guy. If you've played Rage 1 or Rage 2, that's the mad scientist. I don't know his voice actor's name, but that's the mad scientist. Gonna continue now.
A weapon?
It's a ready formula. If you just use it on a weapon, it could raise your odds against turned creatures. The brave goat gave its life to science. There's dinner for everyone. And you? I take you as, and pronounce you,
Craftmaster? Really? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
we'll talk later. Come, Vincenzo.
I can't thank you enough. Here, take this. If it's not strong enough, come round to my Craftmaster workshop.
Sure, thanks. Just, watch yourself out there, okay?
No worries, friend.
Okay. The head craft master Vincenzo, he actually is the scientific mind. That is how science typically works. Sure, it might not be the most pretty, or it might not even really do what you want it to do the first go around, but it might be able to do something else that you weren't otherwise thinking about. Like, nuclear power. We first wanted to use it as a bomb, and then we realized, oh, that could actually help out in all sorts of other ways, too. Like, I think that also helped with chemo, did all sorts of extra things for our society overall by just nuking a people. And that's just interesting how things that are very bad has actually helped out in a whole lot of different ways. Like, this is horrible and fucked up. But Hitler advanced so much society because he didn't give a fuck about what the Jews, didn't give a fuck about the Jews. He used them as cattle, and because of that, he's advanced so much science, which is the disturbing thing about science. Because a lot of different times, the deranged individual, the bad person, can really advance it in a whole lot of different ways. But the way to make, relatively speaking, the way to allow the deranged to do experiments like that in a morally just way is let the people say, okay, to it. Like, for an example, in Destiny 2, the mad scientist, deranged guy in that is Clovis Bray. He was dabbling in everything. He went into bioengineering, engineering, space travel, transportation, weapon manufacturing, literally every fucking thing. I bet he had Vigima games at some point. Like, every fucking thing. But he had there's one specific lore piece that I really want to talk about because the implications of it, and I've talked about this before. In Destiny lore, there is a piece, and you can look up My Name is Vive. I don't know what you could look up, but he talked about this, where it was a pill that was meant to be basically the everlasting gobstopper from Willy Wonka, where it was meant to be, or no, the Thanksgiving gum, not the like gobstopper. Those are two separate things. The Thanksgiving gum that was literally meant to be a Thanksgiving meal that was meant to actually be filling and different things like that. This pill was meant to be that, but spread across an entire week, an entire work week, basically, where you're meant to be able to take this, not have to sleep, not have to eat, not have to do anything, and just work. Which, if it worked, holy shit, that's bettering everyone and did so many extra things. But it didn't. It literally popped people. And you actually hear that in lore, which is fun. But if it worked, which is why you need volunteers, they understand the risks, rewards, and different things like that. And if they do pop or have another problem like that, their people and their families, whoever they want, is well paid. Like, make it worth their while if they do want to do it, but not so much worth their while that people are literally killing themselves to get their family money. That's where it gets a little bit fucked up, and that's where it's just morally wrong. Make it where it's understandable that they're doing it, like, talk through them, make sure they go to a psychiatrist, like, different things like that, before saying, yeah, you could possibly die. Like, I think you should go through all those steps beforehand, but making it where they can volunteer for to better society and just science in general, like volunteering your body for science when you go to bed, or not go to bed, when you die, when you take the long nap. I have not played this game in a good bit, so I'm still trying to get the flows down. And the only reason why I haven't played this game in a good bit is because I am on the part where I have to play with people, and people kind of suck.
Ditched you. He's an asshole like that.
I love the momentum transfer in this game. Like, just watch this. I'm gonna do just a typical jump parachute. No momentum whatsoever. But being able to sprint, then go into momentum, pretty cool. But the beautiful thing is that it adds even onto this, where when you full on sprint, and the reason why I did that is because it's the same speed as this, but I think faster and doesn't cost stamina. Actually, regen stamina if you do that, but you get to carry more momentum out of it, which is fucking gorgeous. Just little pieces like that makes this game so much more fluid, in my opinion, than Mirror's Edge. But Mirror's Edge is more simplistic because all you're dealing with is really boots on the ground. Not even really, I'm not trying to say combat. You are dealing with combat here and there, but it's primarily just movement, which you're dealing with more feet and hands and not tools and gadgets. Even though technically, can I do the Doom Eternal thing on one of them? No, I can do it on two. Okay. I'm sorry, I want to test this shit. This seems very fun to try and test. What I mean by the Doom Eternal thing of toss myself and grab on... Ooh, I could have done that. Possibly. With the monkey bars in Doom Eternal, you can actually run, grab onto it, and if you have the airstrike thing, you can turn around in a 180 before you fall enough to grab that again, and you can do it again, and again, and again, and again, staying in one area if you want to just look around at different things like that. I have not been able to do it multiple times in a row, but I have intentionally done it just once. Or twice. I think I maximized it 3 times, but that's when I was really like, come here, Kako, come here, Kako, come here, Kako, thump, grab you.
Hakon,
That's the only time I've ever done that.
You're a better climber than one crazy girl I used to know. She was something. She even wanted to climb the tallest building in the city, the VNC Tower.
was she one of your wives?
Almost. Too hot-tempered, even for my tastes.
What about this passage to the center?
Right. Look, from this roof you can clearly see the Peacekeeper's base.
Wait, you brought me here to take a look at the Peacekeepers?
The PK are your ticket to the center. I told you the only way to get there is through the metro tunnels. I'll go inside and draw their attention away from the platform. Then you enter the metro technical station. There's an airlock there. We'll take it together to the central loop.
We can't just ask them to let me through?
No chance. Right now, each new face they see belongs to a suspect in their commander's murder. They know me. I trade with them sometimes. I deliver lamps from the girls, or goods from dark zones. There might be a few infected there. Nothing a pilgrim can handle, though. When you get to the main station, let me know. Now you
The reason why, okay, first, because you're a pilgrim, the things here, the monsters here, you fought so many times. So technically, you should have gotten here with the build system already fully built and different things like that, which is what I really like about this, where technically you should already be a badass killing just psychopath, basically. You shouldn't have like the crazy stamina, or actually, wait, you actually, yeah, you actually would, because you got weakened to begin with and then got stronger, I believe. So, yeah, you should actually already be like this and then kicking some serious ass.
better get some sleep. You'll head out at night when there's less infected in the tunnels.
And this actually allows y'all to see that's like the big differences between the different builds you can do in the game.
Hakon. There's a creature I haven't seen before.
And this proves that he hasn't seen everything. What the fuck? How? And I say how because the Haran, there we go. Haran virus started in Iran, but okay, there is a YouTube video trying to delve deeper. I think it's like Roanoke Gaming, I want to say is how you pronounce it. He has a lot of different videos covering a lot of different biology. Like, he's the person that brought to my attention that cacodemons easily evolved, like most definitely evolved in Doom Eternal in 2016 because of the little spindly legs and different things like that. I don't know exactly what they are, and he didn't really say exactly what they are, I think, but it's an evolutionary thing from something else that was in hell or went to hell some way, shape, or form. Like, he's pretty cool about how he can mix lore. He's a better game theorist than game theory, to be completely honest. Like, he's the game theorist. But he talked about the Haran virus and how what it does, it has to kind of be alien. And apparently, I haven't gone that far in Dying Light 1 because Dying Light 1 is fucking hard. The entire the movement itself is more, it's more slowed down. It's like better Call of Duty, less Mirror's Edge, if that makes any sense. Which is fun in its own right and different things like that. It's just fucking hard. This game is like Destiny 2 in difficulty, where it's difficult, but it's not because of the gameplay like Destiny 1. It's difficult because of the enemies you're fighting, if that makes any sense. I had a point. This virus is evolving over time like the big boys, the big monsters, but these were in Haran. These are just the bolters. They look a little bit different overall, but it's just a bolter. They were in Haran. They were in City Zero. Like, I don't get how he hasn't seen these, because he's a pilgrim. He should actually be the one covering this, like, oh fuck, and has like a notebook covering what it is, like, because he's seen these things. He had to have, to be able to cross countries, I believe is what he said he's covered, just by walking, which is fucking insane.
Not a big one. Extremely fast.
Probably a bolter. You can find some interesting stuff on them. But catching one requires serious hunting skills. Now is not the best time for this, Aiden. Head for the tunnels.
And what I was talking about, the build crafting for, is because this build is my maximum movement. This is my maximum stamina regen and stamina cost, which makes it where I can do more. So this, okay, not this one. This one is my stealth one. You're about to see the massive difference between stealth and that when it comes to stamina and just overall movement. Oh, fuck. I tried to do something with circle. Okay. How's it going? And I have a reason to go combat. Yeet, motherfucker. If I hit them in the head there, that would have all been one-shots, but I did not. This is my favorite type of lockpick in video games, because if you're good with it, you will never break a lockpick. I have only really broken, like, I want to say 15, but one chest and a couple chests, I just brute forced it because I have so many fucking lockpicks, it doesn't matter. But if you're good with these systems, you literally will not lose a toothpick, a lockpick. And this system is the best because I don't actually have to level up something to be able to lockpick anything. I can just lockpick anything. It's just actually a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult in gameplay. Gonna put this on just in case I have to stealth. I am now playing Assassin's Creed. I did not mean to teabag him. I was trying to squat down and accidentally pressed it twice, trying to loot him. Oh, it would automatically give me... Okay, cool. Oh, hi there. You know what? Fuck it. Yeet, motherfucker! You know what? Fuck it. Let's dance. How do I do the kick? There we go. I know the combat, I just forget the buttons. And this is not going to be a little bit more entertaining for y'all. Because I'm just going to beat some serious ass.
Now watch out for the infected. There might be a few, or a few dozen. I'm already in the PK base. I'll throw a UV flare through the vent, and you'll see how to get to the main station.
And that is why I prefer this game over Mirror's Edge. Because the amount of combat you can do is just... Oh, what? Where the fuck? You're a crawler? You little shit. I thought you were dead. I was literally right on it when I stopped. Okay? Because in this playthrough I'm min-maxing everything, I'm looting everything. But this also shows how fast this looting is. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother going back to there. I'm just gonna continue going. I don't need every little crumb of loot. I never use that. This I'll never use, and this I don't really want to. I prefer that. I don't really care about actually parrying it because my goal is to get up close and personal with that block. I just keep blocking, walking closer and closer and closer, saying fuck you. But I could just accidentally do that. With all that said. Oh, piss boy. Please tell me y'all saw that launch if y'all did. Like, that, I'm not gonna edit that in slow motion. Just, oh, that is fucking hilarious. Okay, that speedy boy just got bullied. He ran from across there, ran around and ran back to try and get me. As I did the drop kick, he flew, and then I punched him in the jaw as he ran back up. Like that is just fucking mean. And that last punch was just an insta-kill. Alright, I'm just gonna speedrun through this, because I want to show off more of this gameplay, and I don't really need every little thing, I don't even really need the XP, because this is literally mission 1, basically. How's it going? You... I don't know why that was so jank. How's it going? Whew.
Hakon, I got to the flare.
Look around. The technical tunnel to the main station should be well lit. I've already lured the guards upstairs. I'll chat them up while you get inside.
Oh, shit. Hakon, there's a situation here. Hakon?
Oh, they have new abilities! Oh, that's fun! Genuinely, I love that. Okay, come here, motherfucker! No, I can just die. Die. That is... Okay, I'm gonna have fun with that. They did not have that explosion of goop before. Oh... What do the bolters got? Oh, I am scared for those fly bitches. Not for those fly bitches, I'm scared about those fly bitches. That sounds like it's gonna be painful.
I'll give you 2 packs and not a single cig more.
Nah, never mind then. Bye.
Wait. Show us some of those.
This is okay. This is simultaneously cool gameplay suggestion and a bad gameplay suggestion. If flashlights actually were visible, like imagine sneaking and having your flashlight on, like in some games your mic on, actually alerts the bad boys or the bad guys, whatever you're trying to hide from. That gameplay might actually be very fun, and it would be more immersive overall, where you would actually have to turn it off for different sections, turn it on for different sections. Like you would actually have to judge when to turn on, when to turn it off. Like that would add an extra niche to the overall gameplay that will simultaneously make it more immersive, but also make it infinitely harder. Because imagine having a section where you're like in a big like ravine or something like that where people are watching, but it's very dark, so they can't see you until you turn on a flashlight. But there's like bottomless pits around you and different things like that, so it's trial and error. Unless there's like little lights here and there, like it would be fucking hard if you really want to make it hard. It could be a cakewalk. There could be ways to, like, that gameplay idea is a very interesting idea, and it's not really a suggestion, it's just an idea, a concept. And with games, they're really just concepts made in physical form because of the different things you can really play with, like rhythm games for an example, and different things like that. Just also different games, what they can actually bring to the table and what they actually make your mind do when you're thinking and different things like that, which is why I like games. Because like rhythm games are, they are doing multiple things. Like games teach people a lot of different things. For an example, games help with muscle memory and different things like that when it comes to hands, and you can do that all sorts of different things with that muscle memory and different things like that. Like for an example, it's helped my dyslexia. I can actually remember left from right, and yeah, left from right a lot easier with the control, which is actually very, very handy because R1 is always shoot, L2 is always aim, that general thing. Um, and gaming overall can help with things like, for an example, rhythm games. Rhythm games can actually help with the rhythm overall and muscle memory and being able to react faster, and like you can add more onto it because of what it actually makes your mind do and what you're actually doing. It's not impressive in like egotistical ways. It's not like you can really have a, I personally find it annoying when people have an ego over KD or anything else in a game when it comes to pixels, because it does not matter. Like if it's football, you are genuinely doing something. You are out there moving against other people. You're physically doing something. That is something that I get ego for. But having an absolute ego that is not outshined, that is shining so bright that you can't listen to anyone about that game because you have high stats and shit is just wrong, because stats themselves don't mean shit. Like, if you look at KD, look at somebody's KD, and then look at what they've played. Their play style might mean more than their KD. Like, for an example, high KD DPS main in Overwatch, for an example, won't be able to do shit on support because support is more survival, more helping out your team. That's not KD. Like, different things like that. Like, you're not always going for KD, and even as DPS, for an example, and going with Overwatch still, for an example, Sombra. Sombra, sometimes you're not even going for a kill with the hack, and not even for things like Lamp. For an example, Reinhardt. Say your tank can't actually counter Reinhardt. You go behind him and hack the Reinhardt, and sure, it's like not half a second, like it's like 2 seconds, I want to say maximum, for that shield cannot be generated. But those 2 seconds, depending on how your enemy team plays with you, that tank is literally, and they're dead. Like, they are fucking gone. Which can easily turn the tide and will turn the tide of any engagement if done properly. And every game I have ever played, even Call of Duty, has that to a degree. Older Call of Duties don't have that as much. Newer Call of Duties do because of all the bullshit mechanics. But Call of Duty is how much bullshit can you really toss to the enemy team, which is why TTKs are so just fucking insane so many times, because bullshit PvP is legalized torture, because it is basically how much bullshit can you do to the enemy team with not the intention to make them mad, but the intention to win, relatively speaking. And winning is doing more bullshit, even though I have actually intentionally dived as like Ram. I didn't really play Ryan, but the slower tanks that are, I was going to say Ryan because Ryan is a good tank, and I don't know what exactly like the tank I was using. I want to say Ryan, or not Ryan, Ram, but I was going into the back line on purpose because the enemy team couldn't really do shit when I was with my team. So I intentionally went behind them, died to give them a little bit of momentum, because I knew it really wouldn't matter in the long run because of how bad they were playing. But I did that to give them more of an impact, more fun. And I didn't even say, because it wasn't for the ego boost for me, it was for them. Giving them a little bit of more help, a little bit more excitement in the game, because that's what matters. It doesn't matter about the KD. It doesn't matter about any of that. It matters about you individually, your personal fun, and how you can help other people. It's a community. Every game that is online is a community, even if it does not say it's a community game. Even Call of Duty. First, I personally think Call of Duty's community should still be the talk shit community. Like, to an extent, like there should be lines drawn, there should be more like things like there should be like a way to say talk shit to me, like something like that, because that is why people play Call of Duty. But I get why Activision is doing the term, not sure, I think it's terms of service, I forget exactly what it's called, but the you can't talk as much shit and different things like that. But I think that is what Call of Duty is in multiplayer. That is where you go to talk the most shit and hear some racist shit. But that okay. First, if it is in a racist way, no. Like, that is just wrong, but you can't really do anything about it because freedom of speech. You can stop that and do different things like that, but it's freedom of speech. You can just block them. My personal opinion. In games, just block them because it's freedom of speech. Why stop them from speaking? Sure, what they're saying is fucking wrong. Just don't play with them. Don't be around them. And different groups like that, the developers of said game or anything you're in, should really see them and acknowledge them, because if they do get out of hand, then do something about it, because that's where it gets bad and wrong, more so because what they're doing is just really affecting them and their own personal area. If you just let them do their own thing, and that is what America is, and that is how I will run a lot of different things. So that's what I'm talking about, mostly because when I talk about different things like that, I think from what I would do and what I know is possible on top of that, because that is what I like doing, just having concepts and giving people ideas of how the future could just be better. Just completely and utterly, like, games made for fun, not personal greed and different things like that. Just society itself could be so much better.
Hakon, I'm inside.
5 packs. Think about it, and I'll be right back.
I'm on the platform.
Open the airlock. I'll be there in a second.
Oh, that's already 40. You know what? So it's not as much of a cliffhanger.
Damn.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Where did he come from?
He was wandering through the tunnels. Fucking bizarre riffraff.
Okay. I just remember what I was talking about, because I ended off with the people can make life a hell of a lot better for everyone involved, and I was talking about that because of the KD. But a way to actually fix that problem for overall matchmaking and rank systems. Typical rank systems rely on KD completely and utterly to do it, and sometimes it's win-loss, which is also wrong for overall skill. How they should do it is like for an Overwatch, for an example. A proper skill tier for that is 3 parts. It is, what are you doing overall? How impactful is each one of your inputs to the game? Like, there should be an impactful stat where it's, what are you hacking? Why are you hacking? Like, I'm going with Sombra's concept because I play Sombra the most, and I love Sombra just a whole fuck ton. When it comes to combat, I personally prefer playing support because I don't have to worry about actually fighting. I just have to worry about keeping my teammates up primarily. So that's why I prefer. Sombra, with the hack, what are you hacking primarily? How good are you with your virus bomb? Like, different things like that. Like, the accuracy of specific things will overall accumulate, like with your SMG, your virus bomb, and what are you hacking, even your translocator. All of those overall adding up to your accuracy stat. Like different accuracy stats overall, but your overall accuracy could be shown with that, and it's overall that character. And that's one thing on the overall determining your skill. There's that, or at least should be. Then there should be overall DPS, like how many other DPSs are you good at compared to Sombra. Like, Sombra could be your least played, most played, and all of them are determined because in Overwatch every character is a counter to another character, which is why people complain about Counterwatch. That's just kind of wrong. And this general system applies to literally any game. Like, literally Destiny. Destiny, you could do the same general thing of what is your primary weapon, what is your secondary weapon, what is your heavy, even in PvP. Like, have that, or PvP is somebody's with matchmaking like that, but that is still how you could do it. Same with your exotic choice and different things like that. But Destiny, it should be more because of how fast you can swap builds, and even in Overwatch, it should be a little bit more loose, relatively speaking, where, like, for Destiny, for an example, when you swap your build out, it's like implied that you should, or when you swap anything about your build, or I think priority things like exotics, when you swap an exotic, subclass, or aspect, that should really impact, or subfamily of weapon. Like if you're swapping from a sniper to a shotgun, unless it's mid-match or something like that, if you're really swapping around, there should be a pop-up for Destiny, for an example, saying go into Crucible base, like whatever fast pace you can do, so the algorithm can get to know that build a little bit more and how well you can use it and firm up on it. Like a pop-up will say all of that, so everything can work a little bit smoother. Because I think for builds and how that generally works, it would be a seeing how well you're flowing with it, because every little thing matters with the build, which is why I always use like dexterity and reloaders in my arms when it comes to PvE, even because there's really nothing else. Even with the targeting sisters and the flinch ones, even though those are typically PvP, you can use them in PvE and it works fucking great. Same with like the concussive dampeners, they work in PvP, which is insane. Same with the sniper damage resistance, even though YouTubers have said that they don't work. I have survived golden gun shots before golden gun shots had the damage decrease from far enough range without any overshield or anything. So I don't know what they're talking about, to be completely honest. I have survived shit I otherwise shouldn't because of those. And I have typically, and not typically, a lot of times had people survive the 3-hit, or not, yeah, survive the 2-hit combo because they have the melee damage resistance, which always has worked. Like, different things like that work constantly. And I think YouTubers have said that. I believe some YouTubers have said they just don't work. And they actually have always worked. And that also, like, that general concept of what can actually work is also in build crafting and just overall games. Games are expressive art. They are expressive for the developer and expressive for the player if done properly. Any game with self-expression, be it in gameplay or movement or in anything else, that allows you to have more personal freedom and more fun. Like being able to use, like, I don't want to think of a good, like, basic game, and I mean basic like Infamous Second Son, where you can just boot up and play, where you don't have to worry about build craft or anything. It's just saw things in, keep going. That type of game, Infamous Second Son doesn't have a lot of expression and self-play style as much. It's just really how good are you with these kits overall, because good and bad just changes that. Infamous 2 actually is a good example of self-expression, because there's so many extra things you could do with the kit overall. That's good self-expression in the same general vein and concept. But self-expression is the best thing in gaming, because gaming is art but moving more so than a movie, because you can actually art but malleable. That actually works. Movies are moving art. Moving pictures, that's a movie. Malleable art is video games, because of the amount of shit you can do, like skip this entire cutscene. Like you could do in a movie, but this is just this cutscene, and then you can go into gameplay, unlike a movie, and different things like that. Art is everywhere if you really want to see it. Same with life. Any bug, any insect, any animal you really want to look at. If you think of it from a biological standpoint, what it has different than you. Like for an example, a bear. A bear, no matter what bear you want to think about, a bear has similarities to a human. They are furry, they are mammals, they are big, relatively speaking. Bears are bigger, but they're generally the same thing. And hairy in different places. Some people are more hairy than others, but hairy overall, relatively speaking. Not overall like overall the person, but people are hairy, relatively speaking. And then think about the differences, like their claws, their strength, their all sorts of shit. And that is where you can really find the art and take inspiration from, which is what good artists do and what a lot of people should do. Because thinking about the simple shit like that, and simple air quotations, is a thing people don't really think about, makes life more fun and more entertaining and just better overall. Find joy in the simple shit. Find joy in the complex shit. Just find joy as much places as you can, because that is what life is about. Without joy, you lose steam and momentum so fast if you don't have joy to keep going, which sucks. But that's why humanity is a pack animal, but in not a alpha pack, in a collective pack. Like there is no alpha when it comes to humanity. There should always be an alpha, but not alpha in they are the best no matter what. They are the ones speaking on behalf of everyone, so everyone can kind of be on the same page. That kind of always has to happen. There always has to be somebody in charge, relatively speaking, to make sure everything kind of moves a little bit smoother. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this.
Like a renegade.
He's awake. What were you doing at our base?
I'm only trying to get to the city center.
The center? The tunnel's gonna be closed until you hand over Lucas's killers. Bizarre scum. How is it that you lot saw nothing, heard nothing, and you managed to forget about the ban on passage? Maybe we'll start punishing you by cutting off your hands. That would improve your memory, huh?
And this is why I see them instantly as the bad guy, because he's not really saying shit. And the worst part is he kind of agrees. To be completely honest, all of them agree. They are violent military bastards, in the best way to put it. And that is kind of their entire appeal. They are the overly militaristic to survive, where the other ones are the overly open to survive, relatively speaking. You can have different versions of it, but those are kind of the post-apocalyptic societies and how they would run, because I think they brutalize their own people if truly necessary. Like, there is a dude that is just a rich philanthropist. Nah, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Okay. Batman. He is Bruce Wayne, not Batman specifically. He is the Bruce Wayne type of dickhead. Or not type of dickhead, where Bruce Wayne would be a dickhead, more like Tony Stark type of dickhead, but that general thing, where they have so much money, and somehow he has this much money in post-apocalyptic, where that kind of doesn't work. Because how can you keep your stuff safe at all unless everyone's on the same page? If you're a dick to the people that are under you, they have a machete. They have a gun, and there is no rules except for the rules you made as the leader. So, mutiny, bitch. That's a general thing. Like, you can't be this violent unless you are always this violent.
What were you doing 4 days ago?
I'm a pilgrim. 4 days ago, I was 100 kilometers away.
Enough, Anderson. We need the truth, and you won't get it through coercion.
But Commander Lucas always
is
said...
dead, and now I'm in command. You've read the reports? A pilgrim appeared in the bazaar yesterday. Looks like he's not lying. Leave us, Sergeant. I want to talk to him alone.
But he is actually... Okay. He does actually have a good head on his shoulders overall. He does actually do a lot of good things, but he still has that I will brutalize, because I have to do this already. I know how he acts. He is kind of brutal. He wants to do a whole lot of shit, but he also understands that people are people. So he does... He warns you because he trusts you about a specific invasion that they do. But he only warns you because he likes you. That is literally it. If you do the campaign I did, the specific things I did, he actually genuinely likes you and warns you beforehand. Which, yeah, he still brutalized so many other people. That just so happened to be in the bazaar. He didn't give a fuck.
Where did you come from?
From Crossdale River.
That's over 1,500 kilometers from here.
It's actually more than 2,000. The freeway bridges collapsed. There are no straight paths.
And you've managed to make it so far away. Impressive.
Speaking of that, and how everything is overgrown and different things like that, I want to say this has been like 25 years, give or take, since the collapse of everything. And with countries even saying, if I can't have it, no one can, and using nuclear and chemical and all sorts of different warfares to kill everyone involved. Like the goop around the city and all that sort of shit. Like, this world is fucked on so many different levels. And something I haven't talked about. I'm going to say this last little bit and then let this go. Actually, okay. Gonna let this go. Hopefully I have enough.
Out there these days.
Have enough time because I'm at 5 minutes left.
What's it like outside the walls? You never know where danger's gonna come from. Always new territories, new threats.
And you came here to take shelter.
I came here because I'm looking for someone. And a lot of people are said to have survived in Villador.
You're looking for someone. Maybe I can help you, but not for free.
I'm used to trading. What do you need?
No nonsense. That's good. The tunnel will be closed until I find our commander's murderer, Commander Lucas. His body was found in the bazaar, horribly mutilated. The people of the bazaar aren't making this easy. They're proud and loyal. They refuse to turn anyone in. But Command has lost its patience. I have orders from the top, Pilgrim. If the inhabitants of Old Villador continue to revolt, our army will come here and burn the bazaar to the ground. Now, I'd rather avoid that.
What do you need from me?
Lucas had a weapon, a rare set of brass knuckles called the Lazarus. This is the key to finding the killer. If you learn anything about the Lazarus, tell me, and I will most certainly return the favor. It's worth a lot, and we didn't find it on his body. I think someone from the bazaar may have appropriated it.
So if I find that weapon, you'll let me through to the center?
It's not that easy. Villador suffered much. First, it was isolated from the outside world because of infection. Then the walls became its salvation. But people here learned not to trust easily. I won't open the passage until I've caught the killer. But if you can find the Lazarus, I'll remember that. You'll be the first one through once justice is done.
Sounds as if I have no other choice. I'll try.
Look around. Ask people. And don't come back empty-handed. Good luck.
Okay. Last bit and then I'm ending the video. The thing I wanted to say is this zombie virus is actually, and I don't know if I said this, I know I said this the first time I tried to make this video, so I'm repeating this. If I'm repeating this in this video, I'm sorry. But this zombie virus is the scariest and worst there's ever been. The volatiles, I want to call them, or I like calling them the nightmares. The guys that are going to come out at night and are fast as fuck. Imagine those fuckers with actual realistic physics, like being able to dig those massive hands into the wall and launch themselves up any surface and just spider monkey their ass to you. Imagine them being able to grab the grate, fling themselves up and land because they are maximum movement. Their biology is all about movement. That's what they do. That's how they hunt. So, yeah, there's a reason why in lore, the only reason why people have survived is UV lights, because that's the only thing that is literally a deterrent to them, because they can't kill them, actually. At least easily. You have to bully them to kill them, and that is how you actually do it in gameplay. You have to use UV. You have to weaken them first to be able to kill them, and that. Imagine that in an actual realistic setting. That is worse than Resident Evil bullshit, because the virus evolves perfect mutations, not big grotesque ones, which is fucking terrifying. Even the Spider Boy is more streamlined, is more controlled, but also the virus is more cancerous here than other places, I believe, because of the chemicals and everything like that. I think this is more cancerous overall. But with all that said, I hope you all enjoyed the